More evidence that our society has just gone mad. And unfortunately, the truth broke and beat me to the ability to shoot this video, because I was going to shoot it and just going to talk about how I felt like it was going to be a hoax or a prank or somewhat blown out of proportion, because we've been done dirty so many times. It was several years ago, remember, it was like gay and LGB, whatever their acronym is, people saying, oh, people are writing homophobic slurs on receipts at the restaurants where they worked, and they would set up the GoFundMes. And then it was N-word this on receipts, N-word that. You got the Smollett stuff. It's always a hoax. Fake news about pants up, don't loot. Fake news about how the media portrays certain stories. All it ever does is create more divisiveness. And almost every time, they turn out to be a hoax or a fraud or somehow manipulated. Russiagate. How many times do people have to be lied to and manipulated before you read any headline? And I think we'd be conditioned to this by now, but when you see any headline and you're like, man, that's fake, right? Or let me go look at 5 more sources to try to make sure that this thing is legit, right? This smelled like a rat from the beginning to me, because who would be dumb enough to do this? The thought that went through my mind instantly was, okay, you've got a shop, a garage where this car is at. Where's the security footage? Because those are expensive cars and they've got expensive equipment. I don't follow NASCAR, but I know that that stuff's got to be expensive. So show me the footage and we're good. That's all I need. Just show me the video footage. But you are familiar with the story. The noose supposedly found in the garage, it wasn't the driver, this half-white man that found it. It was somebody on his team, I believe, and then it was reported to the NASCAR president. Bubba Wallace speaks to FBI, a noose probe, offended by hoax theories. There's that half-white man right there. Bubba Wallace confirms he's already been interviewed by the FBI as part of the investigation into the noose incident, and he's blasting people who think it was all a hoax. The NASCAR driver appeared on The View on Tuesday, one day after an inspiring performance at Talladega. Was it inspiring? Or was it the show that was inspiring before the race? Or did he actually perform well during the race? I don't know. Don't care about NASCAR. It's not my thing. And asked how he felt about theories. The noose was staged by NASCAR to garner more support for the Confederate flag ban. It offends me that people would go to those measures. But again, I'm not shocked, Wallace said. And neither are we. We've been fooled so many times, and Wallace is an idiot. Just for some context, this guy's dad is white. I've heard some people say, you are what your daddy is. And his dad's white. It's interesting how they always call people who are half white and half black a mix, right? They always call them black. What if they call him white? It would be funny if they called him white, right? People are entitled to their own opinions to make them feel good and help them sleep at night. Bubba says law enforcement is all over the case. I can say now, I've talked to the FBI, I never thought that would happen. As we previously reported, Al Sharpton is concerned investigators are dragging their feet, and he's demanding answers ASAP. They sent 15 FBI agents, and this case was wrapped up within 2 or 3 days. And that's dragging your feet in this world? I guess. All right, so let me take a look at a couple other things I want to show you real quick. First of all, we have this jackass Lebron James. This guy is such a piece of garbage. He's never one who doesn't stick his sorry nose in every piece of business. Everything's racist to this guy. It's interesting how somebody at the top of their game, somebody who's got $500 million, can be so emotionally fragile. But I don't know, maybe that comes with his upbringing. I don't know, you can answer that. Sickening at Bubba Wallace, my brother. No, you don't stand alone. I'm right here with you, as well as every other athlete. Oh, so he speaks for every other athlete now. I just want to continue to say how proud I am of you for continuing to take a stand for change here in America and sports. At NASCAR, I salute you as well. Did he retract his tweet? Did he retract his support after the hoax? No, he's a moron. He's a pansy. He's not going to do anything but keep driving that hate. And I always find it interesting. Let me flip over to another source here. It's interesting how individuals, say Alyssa Milano, other celebrities like that, who get all of these things wrong every single time they fall for it. How stupid can you be? Is your mind really that far gone? And look at Bubba Wallace's girlfriend. Look at that white girl. What a tasty dish. So I wonder if they have a kid And his real name's Gerald, I believe, named after his father. If they have a kid and they name the kid Gerald, and again, he gets the nickname Bubba Wallace because I believe the father's nickname was also Bubba. If they have a kid, the kid would be 1/4 black, and she looks good. Did I say that already? Twice? Ooh, sweating. If they have a kid and he's 1/4 black, 3/4 white, would the kid still be considered black? Interesting. This white man, this half-white man in his white privilege, NASCAR is an expensive sport. All white ancestors, a white girlfriend, out here wearing these Black Lives Matter shirt, driving the Black Lives Matter car. I can't breathe. Excuse me, I can't breathe was on the shirt. Excuse me, I got that wrong. What a joke. It's funny that the whitest black guys, or the half black guys, is like a certain NFL player raised white that we're not going to mention, try to act like they're the blackest of blackest Africans out there. That they're the ones down for the cause. So how brainwashed can you be if you're a celebrity or an athlete and you keep getting every story wrong? You're wrong every time and you never come out and admit it. You can admit your mistakes. I'm wrong. I admit it. I mess up often. I'll always admit when I make a mistake, but how can you be so far gone when you're not like, oh man, I got that one wrong? Maybe the United States isn't this racist hellhole that I like to pretend that it is. Come on, come out and admit it. Somebody step up, just one time. One time. That's all I'm asking for. All right, no charges by FBI in NASCAR news case involving Bubba Wallace. They're used to that half-white man wearing the I Can't Breathe Black Lives Matter t-shirt. Interestingly enough, I've heard that this guy is a pretty terrible driver. Relatively, obviously you have to be good to make it to the highest level. But I've heard that he's never won anything. That's just what I've heard. Again, I don't follow NASCAR. Maybe that's true. I don't know. Talladega, Alabama. The news found hanging in Bubba Wallace's garage stall at Talladega Speedway. Had been there ever since last October, federal authorities said Tuesday, in announcing that there will be no charges filed in an incident that rocked NASCAR and its only full-time half-white driver. Now, interestingly enough, what charges would have been filed anyway? From what I've heard, they don't have a tape. Interestingly enough, no security footage. So what charges were going to be filed? Who are you going to charge? You're just going to randomly just grab some white guy, charge him? And only a handful of individuals. It's not like I could walk in off the street with my rope and just go throw it off in there, throw it up on Bubba's desk. It doesn't work that way. Security would be so tight there. And that was something else I thought of, aside from showing me the tape, was how would somebody actually get in there? It would have to have been another driver, crew member, something like that. U.S. Attorney Jay Town and FBI Special Agent in charge, Johnny Sharp Jr., said its investigation determined that although the noose is now known to have been in the garage, in garage number 4 in 2019, nobody could have known Mr. Wallace would be assigned to garage 4 last week. A crew member for Richard Petty Motorsports discovered the noose, the crew member, Sunday at the Alabama racetrack. A NASCAR was alerted and contacted by the FBI, which sent 15 agents to the track to investigate. As I said before, 15 agents. Can you imagine that? Why not send 1 or 2? You can't tell me that there isn't something else going on around the world. You can't tell me there isn't some other thing going on around the U.S. to where these agents could have been better put to use there. They determined no federal crime was committed. The statement said the garage stall was assigned to Wallace last week in advance of the race scheduled for Sunday, but held on Monday because of rain. Through video confirmed by NASCAR, it was discovered the noose was in that garage as early as October 2019. The agency said the evidence did not support federal charges. Wallace successfully pushed the Stock Car Series to ban the Confederate flag at its venues less than 2 weeks ago. There has been criticism of the ban by some longtime fans, and security had been stepped up for Wallace, a 26-year-old Alabama native. There's a little bit more here. Just pause it here if you want to read that. It's interesting. This guy's living the life of a king, when really he's just a loser who hasn't won anything. And I'll show you what I mean.
rallied around you and they pushed your car to the front of the field. Racing legend and team owner Richard Petty stood in solidarity with you, and former NASCAR drivers like the legendary Dale Earnhardt Jr.
And then he cries
and even other athletes like Lebron James have tweeted their support. What does it mean to you to have so much support in your corner right now?
Interesting, all those white men. If you're black, cynically, look at it this way, cynically. Okay, this half black man here, you can say, okay, they pushed his car to the front. Special treatment due to his color. But think about it this way too. Those white people are racist because they think that my half black earth needs a handout from Whitey. Him pushing my car, that white devil pushing my car to the front because I can't earn it on my own. Every story, as I've said in my videos, everything you can think about cynically. So have some fun with it when you think about stuff like this. Always have fun. Always let your cynical side, your sarcastic side out when you're looking at these stories, and just have some fun with it, regardless of what color you are. Just enjoy it. All right, this is one more source I've got before I get to the memes, because I've had enough of this clown, really. Bubba Wallace responds to FBI findings. It's a straight-up noose. I had him on Don Lemon. And Don Lemon was asking him, in light of everything, does he still feel like it was a noose? Even Don Lemon didn't seem to buy this guy's story. Even Don Lemon seemed a bit skeptical from the little clip I've seen. The clip's here. I'll link it if you want to see it, but when you can't get Don Lemon, again, that's just from the small clip I saw, when you can't get Don Lemon on your side for some racism, you know something's wrong. So check this out. This clown is now nothing more than a meme. That's what he'll be for the rest of his life, is just a meme. Let me show you a few here. This is InfoWars, Alex Jones. Obviously, you know the leanings of that. Look at that. The Hoax brothers, Smollett and Wallace. Look at that hair. Wow, that hair is bad. A few more here. Look at Bubba and Smollett just romancing. It's all Trump's fault. You'd expect us to believe that a person off the street walked into a NASCAR garage that's probably got over $2 million in cars, tools, and equipment, past security, past cameras, and placed a noose in Bubba Wallace's garage. Sure, that's exactly what I was saying. Know the difference? And it didn't even look like that. The actual picture of the rope, the loop was smaller than that. There's no doubt in my mind that Trump supporters put a noose on this. This was the one I liked here. Believe in something, even if it didn't happen. That's a take on that half-white guy, Pumpernickel, that football player, whatever his name was. Gotta have the Nike swoosh on there, though. Believe in something, even if it didn't happen. Gotta love it. Oh my God. KKK hoods found next to water cooler in Bubba Wallace's garage. All right, you've seen enough. You get it, though. Like I said, this guy's a joke. He's a clown. Half-white, white dad, white girlfriend, going to have a 1/4 white kid. Still out there trying to act like he's black. Still out there like he's felt the struggle. That his rich racing family has really felt the struggle and lived the black experience. There's fully white people that I don't doubt have lived the black experience more than this guy. Privileged every step of the way. And that's what happens when you raise emotional, fragile individuals. And that's what I talk about clowns like LeBron. When you're raised to be emotionally fragile, everything is the world's biggest thing. And racism's the thing now. All you have to do is hitch your wagon to racism and you can get money. They walked that man's car. White people walked that man's car. Then he gets on the car, takes a selfie with all the people in the background like he's the king, like he won something. This guy's a joke. Gotta love real life, everybody. It's like I always say. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hopefully you get a kick out of this video. And in the crazy times we live in, it's sad that people are taking advantage of this stuff and manipulating it, but it's the world we live in. Unless we call it out and call these idiots out for the clowns they are, they're going to continue to keep getting worse and worse. So what kind of world do you want to live in, everybody? All right. Thanks for watching. Take care. And hopefully you all are doing well.